Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Nick Ramparo studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep-3. As always, if you would be so kind, you like what we're doing, give us the old thumbs up for the video. If you haven't done so already, we appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. And most importantly, let us know what you're playing today. In the comments section, give us your best picks. Whatever it is, maybe you're tailing the Deep-3, maybe fading the Deep-3. Probably got something worked up on your own. Whatever it is, give us your best picks. Up to 5 we'll grade for the Capper of the Day contest. If you want to put more than that in to help the other cappers, that's great. We always appreciate the picks. And you get them right, we'll give you the shout out. Get enough of them right, just like Nick Ramparo on his 2-day run, you will be our Capper of the Day. And of course, it's Monday, so most importantly, don't forget to check out Winners and Whiners for deep dives into every game going on in America every single day, but they do an especially deep dive into a lot of the NFL games, including every Monday night game, every Thursday night game, the deepest dive you will find anywhere. I promise, it's such a deep dive, you got to put on one of those old-fashioned diving suits with the helmet and the weights and everything. It's deep, that's what I'm telling you. So check out winnersandwhiners.com, our sister site as well, statsalt.com. And let's take a quick painful look at yesterday's NFL action. We played totals. We were over is what we were. We had the San Francisco-Baltimore over, and even though the weather was bad, I really didn't think it would be much of a factor. And in the first half, I looked like a damn genius. At 17-14, we're sitting at 31 at halftime. Man, that's just about locked in, right? Not so quick, as the defenses got stouther in the second half and just couldn't get anything done. So we go over there. And in the Washington-Carolina game, we had the under, and all of a sudden, Darius Guice decides he wants to play football. After being a bust for 2 years, being injured, he finally got on the field for the Redskins and had a very, very nice day, as the Carolina Panthers were just unable to stop Washington from running the goddamn football. I don't get it, but there you go. And that one went over. But we saved the most heartbreaking one for the end, as we call him here in Kansas City, Tom fucking Brady rolled right down the field at the end of the game. You know they're gonna play soft. They're gonna let him throw passes in front of him, but just one freaking stop wouldn't hurt a thing, especially when they had him 1st and 20 from about the 35 with less than a minute. Give up whatever the hell that was, like a 40-50 yard swing pass. God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, 0-3 we go. Probably should have been 1-2, but you know what? We've taken some beats. That one's just on the list. On the premium side, speaking of beats, we had Green Bay. They did fine there against the Giants, because why? Giants suck. But we also had the Los Angeles Chargers. They toyed around with Denver, let Denver get out to a lead before they decided to play some football, and including not a monster bad beat. We're going to call this an average bad beat, as it was a tie game with 8 seconds left, and Denver had the ball about their own, 30-35, and were able to complete a pass. Well, not to complete a pass. They got pass interference with 2 seconds left on the clock, and that enabled them to kick the game-winning 50-plus yard field goal. Yippee. So we push on the premium side. We go 0-3 on the Deep-3. But we trudge on, and we take another look at the last NFL game of the week, as the Vikings travel to the Pacific Northwest to get some coffee and take on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the one I like, guys. I got the Vikings team total over 23.5. I like it very much. Here's the deal. This is going to sound like heresy, but especially with having the second best record in the NFC, but I am not that impressed with Seattle. Okay, there, I said it. Sorry, King. Well, to be clear, I'm impressed with their offense. I'm not. Russell Wilson's doing a great job. Chris Carson having a nice season. K-Stater, Tyler Lockett, he's a stud. But defense, not that good. They are 25th yards per game, 20th in points per game, 20th in yards per carry as far as the rush goes. And as far as their pass defense, they are 29th in the NFL in passing yards per game given up. You want to jam the box to stop Dalvin Cook or the Vikings? Sure, go ahead. Stephon Diggs is going to stretch the field, and if you cover him, Cousins, well, he's just going to look for Kyle Rudolph or Beasley Johnson underneath, or maybe just hit Cook out of the backfield and just matriculate the ball down the field 10, 15 yards at a time. I also don't think Seattle is going to be able to have sustained success running the ball. This is a very stout defensive unit for the Vikings, especially against the run. I think Russ is going to have to throw the ball earlier and more often than he wants to. That's going to shorten the drive time one way or the other. They're either going to go incomplete and stop the clock, or they're going to get down the field with chunk yardage and give the ball back to the Vikings. Either way, I think the Vikings are going to be able to eke out an extra possession or two, and that is all good news for us. Seahawks opponents, now they average 29.2 points per game at CenturyLink Field, and only the Bengals have scored under 29 points. I think the Vikes keep that string alive tonight as they go over the team total of 23.5. I'm a big fan of that play. I really am. And we're going to take a look at the college basketball world as the Florida A&M, whatever they are. It could be the Moccasins. I'm not sure. No, that's Eastern. I don't know. It's I haven't done enough college basketball to remember all the nicknames. So it's the Florida A&M fighting not very good against travel to Manhattan. Kansas take on the K-State Wildcats. As we did a lot last season, we're taking a look at the under in the K-State games, especially at home. This is a trend that was pretty good to us last season, and I think it's in play again tonight with this one. I think Florida A&M struggles to get to 50, and I think Kansas State's going to call off the Dogs long before they get to the mid-70s, which it would take to put this game over. Wildcats, not a great offensive unit as of yet. They've scored over 67 points just once this season, and if they get there tonight, I think A&M is still going to be stuck in the 40s. Give me Florida A&M K-State under 124.5. And it wouldn't be Monday without a prop bet. And I've got one from the NFL game. I like Chris Carson under 83 yards rushing. Carson has a few things working against him as far as getting to this total. First of all, as I mentioned before, Minnesota rush defense is very stout. They are ranked 4th in the NFL and DVOA against the rush by Football Outsiders. He also, and bad news because Pete Carroll doesn't tolerate this shit very much, he's got a case of the fumbles lately. He has coughed up the ball 4 times in his last 3 games and probably should have had a 5th fumble that they gave to Russell Wilson on a bad exchange. Pete Carroll is old school, and with Rashard Penny busting out last week for 129 yards on just 14 carries, he knows he has a talented back waiting in the wings, ready to go. I don't think Carroll will be afraid to take Carson out and give him a blow, or God forbid if he even bobbles the ball or puts it on the ground, he's going to miss a significant part of this game. Personally, I don't think either one of these backs finds a lot of room against this Vikings defense. I think that 83 is probably about 15, 16 yards too high. Give me under 83 yards rushing for Chris Carson. All right? So, let's get ourselves down on Chris Carson under 83. Florida A&M, K-State under 124.5, and the Minnesota Vikings team total over 23.5. At the end of those 3, hey man, let's fire up the week in the right direction, huh? You guys can join me. We will pick up our winning tickets, and we will head back to the window. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the shout-outs here today, where they are our abbreviated view of our abbreviated shout-outs. We've kind of consolidated that to try to take a little bit of time off of them. So without further ado, if you are interested in the premium picks, I will put a link to my premium service in the description of the video. Please click on the link. Follow it through. We'd love to have you on the team. We're currently running, we're 1-1 for the month, and we are 55.3% on our football picks so far this side on the premium side. So we'd love to have you. Please consider joining if you would. All right, so to the shout-outs. First of all, we'll start with the comments. Mike Hunt, swear to God, I didn't even laugh when he said that. Said, good analysis. I apologize if I missed it, but who do you like in the matchup between the 49ers and the Ravens? Mike, I really didn't have a great take on a side there. I thought that'd be a pretty good, pretty tight game. Gun to my head, I thought the points were probably a little bit too much. I probably would have taken the Niners. I think that was a matchup of 2 pretty evenly matched teams. Of course, it's easy to say retro capping, but I think that's the way I would have leaned. The play that I really liked, I did like the over, and that one did not cash. So, Carrot, the mad Carrot, said try to pick the shallow 6, and it cost him. I said play them all or none at all, and that's what I do, brother. So, but I get you a little gun shy. We've been a little cold on the shallow 6 last couple of weeks, trying to trying to do that thing there, but we did go 4-2 yesterday. So all I can do is put the winners out, man. I can't put the bets down for you, brother. And now you get the challenge that I have to go through every day is figuring out which of these picks that I do are going to be the premium ones, because it's the one thing to find a game that you like, and but it's a lot harder to find one game you like more than another game. So that is definitely one of the challenging parts of the business. Bronco Devil, man, he pointed out that I missed an opportunity. He said, "No Herm Edwards, you play to win the bet." As the Arizona State Sun Devils had 3 kneel downs on the 8-yard line. Called that a semi-bad beat. I agree, brother. Since I become a gambler, I hate good sportsmanship. Yeah, no shit. And like a true degenerate, he hit the Hawaii over live. Yeah, dude, that was we loved that pick. That one pick came in very well, as I was able to go to bed fairly early as they went over just after halftime. I think we had it at 54 in that one, and I think it ended up at 84, 85. It was yeah, that was a good play for us. I wish they could all be that easy. So congratulations on hitting that one. Dave Covers said, yes, and thank you. Said, much quicker video. When I watch these videos, my wife is always asking me, what the hell are you watching on your phone? And I tell her, I'm watching excellence. God damn it. That's the best answer ever right there. I'm watching excellence. And she grabs his phone and goes, no, you're watching a fat guy ramble about sports. God bless you, Dave. Shout out to you and the wife. And Donald Brown said there's supposed to be very bad weather in Baltimore. Yeah, dude, there was. I didn't think it would affect the game. And, for a half, I was a genius. And for the second half, I was an idiot. So I think it really helped the short passing game. They were able to get the yards going. And, what are you going to do? Kent P said he had a roller coaster yesterday in college football. Said you're under in the San Diego State BYU game. Help me get back to even. Said let's get some winners in the NFL. Well, we do what we can. Hopefully you found some other winners besides me today, Kent. Brett Johnson said, as a Dolphins fan, I wanted to laugh at everyone saying they'd beat them by 10, although I didn't think they'd win outright. Sorry to all the busted parlays, but don't sleep on Flores. Our losing season never felt so promising. Dude, I agree. We rode Miami there a couple games, and they did very well for us. I think they discarded a lot of the driftwood, and they may have a little something there. They got to get a quarterback, but I like that Miami team. A lot of things going right. Steven Tejada said, of course, the Redskins Panthers went over. Said you should check your last five videos. Your first picture like 0-5 on the Deep-3s. Okay, dude, I went back and checked, and that is not accurate. Okay, so here's the deal, and I'll try to remember because I didn't write them down. But we hit yesterday. We hit our wake and rake special. Of course, that was a shallow 6. It wasn't a Deep-3, but we did hit we did hit that Ohio State game early. A day before that, we had the Buffalo game. That was our first game. That was a wake and rake. We also hit that one. Now the Thursday on Thanksgiving, we had the Bears early game. That was no bueno. But then on the Wednesday before that, I think we had a winner there. We had the Minnesota Timberwolves was our first pick there, and that one cashed. So yeah, dude, I know perception is a thing, but in this case, not so much. So yeah, hang in there, Steven. That's and I know Steven said he does the same thing with his wife that Dave does about watching the videos. So my wife does the same thing when I'm recording. She comes in like, "What the hell are you yelling about?" Like, we're just having a little fun. Hammer and Hank said that Josh Jacobs was going to run up and down on the Chiefs, and the Raiders were going to cover. And he said Jacobs did his job, so the rest of the team sucked ass. That's absolutely right. That was a weird game. You look at the stats, you go, which team won 40-8 again? Or 40-9, and you would not guess the right one. So it was a very strange game as the Oakland put up some seriously good stats. Nick Rampero, he told us that he wanted to put his capper of the day, play of the day was Cleveland -2. A lot of people on the Browns today, and that did not work out against their Ducky Melvin or whatever the hell the third string quarterback was. Devlin Hodges? Yeah, Devlin Hodges. Ducky Hodges. So anyway, thanks guys. All right, so with that being said, here we go. This is the list of the people with perfect attendance today. Troy Anderson, Hammer and Hank, Jimmy Jack 35, Bronco Devil, our reigning champion, Nick Rampero, Thomas McCool, Kent P, Marlon Williams, the astute Aardvark, Benito Quevedo, Kyle Z, and then Kyle Z and Dave Covers, they both got juiced. But Dave Covers does have a live teaser that is working with tonight's game. I think he has the Vikings. I think he said plus 9.5. So good luck hitting that two-team teaser, Dave. Hope that pays off for you. As far as our Pazza Cappers go, we have Steve Godon went 3-2 plus 80. Stan Lee, a.k.a. the legendary King, getting ready for his Seattle Seahawks game. If I know him, he'll be pessimistic betting against him. He went 3-2 plus 80. Also, Derek Saunders went 2-1 plus 90. And Mean Green making that Mean Green out there today. He went 3-1 plus 210 on the day. Mean Green, my friend, I believe it's the first time, right? Is it? Maybe one other. Whatever. You going 3-1 plus 210. Mean Green, you are our capper of the day. Congratulations, brother. If you do have a pick for any of the Tuesday games, anything that got you excited there in the basketball world, let us know. Maybe you got a soccer play from across the pond. I don't know. Whatever it is, put it in the comment section. I'll make sure that it gets out to the masses and that we're jumping all over that one. All right, guys. That's it for the old Deep-3 today. Good luck on all your plays, of course. Don't forget like and subscribe, all that shit. And no matter what happens, we'll meet back here tomorrow about 24 hours. We'll do what we do. We'll bitch about our bad beats, brag about those fat stacks, and then, because it's basketball, baby, we're going to jump in with both feet on Tuesday. We'll do what we always do. We'll get in there, we'll pull open the hood, tear the shit apart and examine it, and we'll fire it up and do it all over again, all right? You guys take care. Good luck. Hope you hit them all, and I'll see y'all back at the window. Take care.